Coming up today on Better, getting your kids' sleep back on track.
We're telling you why setting a bedtime isn't the most important thing.
Plus, having trouble losing weight.
It may be more in your head than you think. We'll explain.
And a cutting-edge facial that is taking years off people's skin.
And it uses something in their own body to do it.
Your day is about to get better.
Starting right now.
First you go down, then you go up to make it better, make it better. Down on the ground, let's just one way up, make it better, make it better.
Well, hello.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Better Connecticut. Welcome to a brand new show.
Yes, we're back.
On this Tuesday
How was your
afternoon.
weekend?
It was lovely. What beautiful weather.
I know, right? I went dumpster diving.
In other people's dumpsters?
No, in my own.
Oh, okay.
In my mother's dumpster, because my mother decided that she was going to clean out. So I went to Fire Island over the weekend,
Yeah.
and I came and I had some leftovers from some meals, and I brought them home with me, and I put them in my mother's refrigerator.
Yes.
And I put them in the vegetable bin so she wouldn't see them and she wouldn't eat them. You know, she can eat them, but you know, she wouldn't throw them away because I know she does that. So she threw them all out without me even looking. So I go in there to get my food, and I'm like, Ma, where's my food? So she's like, oh, that was yours? She's like, I thought it was your brother's. I was like, why would Jeff leave food in the refrigerator? Of course it was mine. So I went into the garbage and I pulled it out.
Ew, and you ate it?
It was all like self-contained. So like it was in a cellophane bag, and then there was another chicken parm in a plastic container. So it was only in there for like a matter of minutes.
Oh, okay.
So, but I went and I got
Just
my food.
enough for the maggots to find their way.
And I ate my food. So there, I did a little dumpster diving this weekend.
That's very resourceful of you. I don't know that I could eat it after, knowing it would like ruin it for me.
Nah, it didn't ruin it for me. It actually
Well, we know, have eaten many things.
Many things right
wherever
off the
they
floor.
are.
Exactly. So I'll just eat anything.
Doesn't seem to bother you. It was my 18th wedding anniversary.
August 1st.
Yes.
I almost texted you.
Yeah.
When is Dana's anniversary?
July 31st, I believe.
I think it's, I don't know. I'm going to have to get that right.
Or August 31st. There's a
August
birthday,
31st.
Never mind. She has a child who's July 31st. Anyway, I think it's August 31st.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you so much.
But I didn't know if it was yours or Dana's, so I didn't send anybody a text.
Yes.
Yeah, Dana's our
boss.
general manager.
So, yes, it was 18 years.
18 years of
is the number
marital bliss.
Yes, 18 years is the number of life. So, like in the Jewish tradition, it's l'chaim. So,
To life, l'chaim, to l'chaim, to life. That's great. What'd you do? Did you get a cake?
We got one of our favorite desserts. We were in Newport.
Yeah,
and
what'd
there's
you
a place,
get?
if you ever go to Newport, you need to go to the Clark Cookhouse.
Yeah.
And you need to get a snowball in hell. It's been written about in magazines. That's what it's called. It's what it's called.
Snowball and H-E double toothpicks.
Yes, we're allowed to say that.
Yeah, we're allowed to say that.
It's a wine glass that's been coated in fudge,
Oh.
and then there's a brownie, and then there's vanilla ice cream, which you know I'm not a vanilla person, but it's okay in this dessert.
Because it has brownie with
Because
it, chocolate.
It's covered.
Covered
That's
in
the
chocolate.
snowball. The other is the H-E double toothpicks. So then it's covered in fudge again, and then toasted coconut on top. And because it was anniversary, they brought it out with a little sparkle.
And where do we get this again? The cookhouse?
The Clark Cookhouse.
The Clark Cookhouse in Newport. I might have
It's
to make a
written about
special
as
trip.
like one of the desserts in America you
have
need
to
have.
try.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
very
been around
good.
for like 40 years.
All right. Well, Simone Biles, she won her second medal at the Olympic Games in Tokyo. She won on the balance beam, and we're very proud of her. I don't know how she said she did the balance beam because there was less in the air, but she was still flipping around up there on that balance beam. God bless her.
Well, and it raises the whole question. I mean, she said the reason she pulled out was for her mental health reasons, and she said she was suffering from something that's called the twisties, which
twisties.
gymnasts know, where they're kind of up in the air and they don't really know what's going on with them, and the level of skills she needs to not seriously injure herself,
Yes.
she didn't think she'd be able to do it.
Right.
And, you know, I give her a lot of credit because she's been doing this long enough to know when she's not able to do something.
Me too. God
So,
bless her.
but she went out there and she got bronze on the beam, and a lot of her other teammates have been able to get gold medals.
You know, she said the bronze in that particular, in this particular meet was more important than some of her golds because she was able to go out there and actually do something after she had
been struggling.
After she had been struggling this whole week. So good for her. Caleb Dressel, he was all over the news this morning on the CBS Morning Show. He's the Olympic swimmer.
Oh, yeah.
He's very good looking. He's a good-looking man, so I'm gonna have to give it to him. And he's a great swimmer too.
Well, and Katie Ledecky also is like one of the most decorated swimmers
Unbelievable.
ever.
Just
So
good. We're
America's
very proud.
doing well.
America's doing well. Unless if you're in the air and flying Spirit. Then you're not in the air because you're typically most
There's
likely on the
been
ground.
some massive cancellations for Spirit Airlines flights out of Bradley today.
Ugh.
And now the company is saying that they're very sorry. It's due to weather and operational challenges.
Let's focus more on the operational challenges, shall we? Because there's no other airlines that are canceling flights out of Bradley this morning or to any other airport.
Well, you're a
I'm
weatherman.
sure
Is there weather?
Well, there's weather always, but not enough. I haven't heard of any cancellations at Bradley for any of the other airlines. Everybody else seems to be flying okay.
And the friendly skies are going.
The friendly
okay.
skies are going okay.
But I wonder,
from
it's
what
like,
I know.
maybe you've experienced this if you're going back out to restaurants, they'll tell you that the reason why they're, you're waiting in this long line, there's all these empty tables, and they'll say it's because they can't fill all their tables because they don't have enough servers. And I know airlines have also been struggling with getting enough workers. I wonder if it has something to do with that.
Well, let's take a listen. It's what one woman said about the company.
Get it together. We spent a lot of money. Get it together now.
I love her. I love her. Just get it together.
Listen, I want my flight, and that's the end of it.
I want my flight, or give me my money back. Some of the people were having a hard time getting their money back.
They want to just reschedule them, right?
Yeah. I don't know what the heck is going on, but so keep a good thought for those who are flying Spirit, and call your airline before you head to
especially
the airport.
Spirit is saying right now, check your emails, check your flights, because
check
things
everything.
are changing. Something that's just so cute to make the rest of the day very special.
Yes.
A giant panda at a zoo in France
Yes.
gave birth to 2 little baby pandas.
Look at this.
Baby pandas.
Oh my goodness gracious!
They're very elegant because they're French pandas, even though she's on loan
from China. They're a third of a pound each.
Can you imagine a third of a pound and they grow to be like her?
And she had labor.
Look at your babies.
Look at them. Eight hours of labor. She was in labor for 8 hours.
Yeah.
And she gave birth. Now they're calling them like French names.
Yeah,
but
they're very like, okay. Fleur de coton.
Fleur de coton.
And petite niche, if I'm saying that right.
You are. Cotton flower and little snow is what it translates into. Now, they don't get officially named until 100 days after their birth.
Those are their
Chinese,
nicknames, yeah.
That's the Chinese
Wait, what's
tradition.
that? Is that a little...
That's the little baby.
But what's the blue thing?
That's the glove.
Oh, that's a hand.
That's a hand.
I thought the baby was wrapped in like a blue swaddle.
No, that's a hand, and that's a small baby.
Aww.
Again, weighing about a third of a pound.
Oh, dumb baby, so cute. So there's a cat that's now being recruited by Major League Baseball because it's very fast.
The Oreos, particularly, because it helped them win the game. I kind of feel bad, though, Kara. He's out in front of like 50,000 people, and he was scared. He kept going and falling off. He was trying to get out of there. And
how did he end up in there? It's so funny. But anyway, he was running around, and one of the announcers said, "The cat is faster than any team member. Someone's got to get that cat."
Exactly. It didn't help look at this. Do you believe this?
Keep running. Go, go.
So it didn't help who won.
Now.
Oh, the Yankees lost the game.
Yeah, they're saying the cat was bad luck for the Yankees.
Well,
these people clearly don't understand cats.
Look at
because
this.
you can't do that.
Can't do. No.
Now, where is the tuna? That's
tuna
what they
Mackie.
need.
Tuna Mackie.
Here, kitty, kitty. Here's the tuna.
Here, tuna Mackie. And over in the Nationals team in Washington, D.C., one of the players, you say it best,
Victor Robles.
Victor Robles. He had a praying mantis on his head, and he didn't know it.
It's unclear if he just never knew, but it was on there for a long time. Let's just show you how big the praying mantis is.
Look at that. And I'm so confused by the W, which stands for Washington, but it looks like the Walgreens emblem.
It does.
Doesn't it look like Walgreens?
But he's out there in the
It's too
outfield, and
close.
it's still on his head.
Why didn't somebody sue somebody over that? And the praying mantis. And it's unbelievable. Well, the praying mantis didn't help the Nationals. They lost.
They lost too, but they were having fun with it on social media. So, saying sometimes you're the bug, sometimes you're the windshield. Or, I don't know, what are you in this case?
You're the center fielder, is what you are in this case, because that's the position he was
That is a
playing.
big bug.
Unbelievable. All right, now I know this story made me think of you, because I know, Dennis's grandfather was killed by bees, right?
By bees, but not honeybees. Dennis's
Honeybees are
grandfather was killed many, many years ago. His mom was only 12 years ago. He stepped on a bee. They were yellow jackets, and he stepped on a hive, and unfortunately, he was stung to death.
Yeah, it was horrible. And I recently heard about this in the news last week. Somebody else got stung to death. I don't remember where.
They're vicious.
They're vicious.
Honeybees are not so vicious. But
Bees are not so vicious.
This is interesting because a Pennsylvania couple, they had to spend about 12 grand to get all the bees out of the walls of their new farmhouse. Now, the owner of the previous farmhouse did disclose it. You know, when you sell a property,
he said
it said bees in the walls.
Bees in the walls.
They showed up in the winter. They didn't notice anything. And then they realized there was not just some bees, I think it's about 500,000 bees.
Yeah, 500,000.
Okay. So the beekeeper said the other previous homeowners had actually
contacted him, but he said it would cost too much. So,
and so then they sold it and said there are bees in the wall. But anyway.
You'll see the bees in the wall.
They've been relocated now, though. They were all honeybees, and so they were relocated to a honeybee place so they can make honey.
The honeybee farm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the owners, it cost them $12,000. So
wow.
Yeah, you never know when you're getting a good deal, and so you have to shell out $12,000 for a bunch of bees. Bzz, bzz. That's some.
Can you imagine? Did they just notice they were going to sleep at night and they heard all the buzzing?
It's crazy.
All right, so there's a new luxury tequila. It feels like everything else to have luxury. This one is a 24-karat gold tequila.
Really?
Yeah.
It's it's on the outside of the bottle. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, but the tequila has been aged in bourbon barrels.
And it has some 8-year-old extra añejo.
Yeah, good for you. I'm glad you're saying it.
So
it's dipped in gold. It's one of the first limited editions that Klaus Azul. Class? How do you say that, Kara? C-L-A-S-E. Class?
Well, I mean, in Spanish it would be clase. Clase Azul, the blue class.
All right. Has made available in the United States.
You have to go to a special place in Los Cabos to buy this. But if you really love tequila, maybe you buy 24-karat gold bottles.
No, now it's available in the U.S. It used to only be available in Los Cabos.
Oh, you can get it
yes,
now.
It's $300 a bottle.
Misunderstood.
So
all right.
if you got $300, give it to me. I'll go get you a bottle.
I don't drink tequila.
I don't drink tequila either. I did tequila at my brother's bachelor party. That was the last time I did tequila.
Now, I do drink coffee, and coffee is getting more expensive also because of all the supply shortages. Though, if you are a Starbucks drinker, Starbucks says it kind of does things way in advance, and it locks in its prices, so you're not going to pay more there. But coffee has been reaching its highest price in the last week or so.
How could you possibly pay more at Starbucks than what the prices already are? How could you?
Also, Starbucks probably makes so much money on the coffee. Why would they need to raise the price?
Exactly. But other suppliers out there, you might have to shell out a couple of more beans for your beans. You know what I'm saying?
So now this is a special Pez loading hack. You know the Pez dispenser?
Yes.
Well, thanks to TikTok, there's a proper way that you're supposed to load it.
Well, you're supposed to load it from the bottom with the wrapper on, and miraculously the dispenser unwraps the foil and takes the Pez out. This is all a ruse. Ruse? Is that the right word?
Okay.
No, it's a myth. And of course, the Pez company, which is based right here in Connecticut, put out on social media that you cannot load it. It's wrapped candy rolls from the bottom. You can't do that. With a little skill, you can unroll it. They said you shouldn't put it in wrap, but Pez says if you were skilled, you could put all 12 pieces in at once. All at once, but I don't know if it goes in the bottom, but you can't put it in the wrapper. You can't put the candy in the wrapper in the Pez dispenser. Don't listen, what can I tell my kids? Just because it's on TikTok, it's not necessarily true. In fact, it probably isn't true. Exactly. It's unbelievable. All right. All right. You figuring out how to do it? No, I'm just reading about the People Teas coming up next. Oh, yeah. Well, for all the celebrity news, you can watch People, the show, right here on Channel 3 at 7:30. Here's Kay with a preview.
Tonight on People, the story of Doug Throne, a 51-year-old environmental activist who uses drone technology to rescue animals after natural disasters.
A lot of times when people lose their houses to hurricanes and fires, that's the only thing they have left. So to be able to bring that back to a person and give that cat or dog back to them, that's, a small sign of hope that not all is lost. And the most important thing, of course, is they still have.
He uses a special infrared camera to better locate animals in the dark.
Yeah, we were working 20-hour days, me and the rescue crews, and just working, all night. The infrared works best at night when the ground has cooled down and the surrounding area is cooler than the animal's body temperature, so then the animal will pop up.
Doug's traveled the world on his quest. His story on saving koalas in Australia cannot be missed. It is so incredible, and you can see it tonight only on People.
Oh my God, that is so amazing.
Oh, that's so nice.
It's amazing. And he's a good looking man, too. Yeah. Maybe single. I don't know.
He's got a good heart, helping the animals. I love that he's giving.
He's helping the koalas in Australia.
Yes, if you have hope, you have everything.
Absolutely.
We have a great show for you today as we get closer to back to school. It's coming. We're in August now.
Can you believe it?
How are you going to get your kids' sleep habits back on track? This is an interview I need to see. We have some expert advice.
And back to work, if you're headed back to the office, Debbie Wright has some ideas to refresh your wardrobe. And she's wearing quite an outfit you have to see today. This is coming up.
She's live and in color in the studio.
Color, Tuesday afternoon. That's
Maybe
what
she
this
brought
is.
essential oils.
We'll be right back. Stay with us. You know, that's one of the tips.